What's up, ballers? Welcome to episode 29, almost to that sweet 30. Going on a great day. David, how are you doing today?
Doing good, man. How are you doing?
I just got done playing a little team pickleball action. It's not really, it's just like an unofficial thing one of my friends throws, and it's always a good time. Everyone's a lot of fun, and we get a little trash talking and all good fun. Usually we play for like like a lifetime medal and a lottery ticket or something. It's just a fun time, fun time. And the guy who runs it, Jeff, he always makes brownies. So you can't really have a bad time eating brownies, playing pickleball, little trash talking.
Is it
You
like
know.
MLP style? Because you said it was like a team.
So we don't we have teams like two guys, two girls, and then we don't do like a straight up dream breaker or anything like for ties or anything. You just play, each team plays a men's match and a women's match at the same time, and then you play a mixed match. And then that's it. You total up the points. There's four teams usually, and then if there is a tie, they do a dream breaker with doubles and like rotate people out every 4 points. Um,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
so it's a fun thing, and I think that's probably the way to do it, unless you're like really serious and you want to do singles, because most of the people just don't play singles. So, what's the point of having singles involved? If no one really plays singles, and you're not even playing singles the whole time. So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So, but I got done with that. It's been a nice day. Actually, could have played pickleball outside today. I played pickleball outside Friday, and it was we've had a couple nice days here. I got some mulching done. Started doing some yard work. That's and
Yeah, I
it's
gotta
a
do
good
the
time.
weeds in my house. I've been been
Dude, the,
lazy.
the dandelions are popping up. You gotta be careful. But
Yeah.
okay, so we got some cool stuff to talk about today. It's gonna be a little paddle intensive, a little shorter today, just because we're busy people right now. Busy people, a lot of stuff going on. But we're talking about the Joola Pro IV Scorpeus. I don't know if you hit any of the. Did you hit your Magnus or
I had the Magnus. That's about it.
Magnus?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Joola Pro IV Scorpeus and the Magnus, the the Saga, the Vatic Sagas, the Vatic Saga
14 millimeter. Yeah.
series, 14 millimeters. I've only hit one of them, but I'll give you a little inside info on those. Pretty interesting paddles. The Diadem BluCores, we'll talk a little bit. And then Revolin BioFLX, which might be something some people haven't heard of, but I really, really enjoyed that paddle. So we'll talk a little bit about all that stuff. But first, let's get into the question of the week from David.
All right. Question this one. I think is our agreement is I can't tell you the question beforehand if it's like not an
Yep,
intensive one. So
yep. I don't know the question. Yeah, if you're
yeah.
gonna ask me to like, if it's gonna make me think really hard, like maybe I need some prep, just so I can actually answer the question. But this one I don't know, so lay
Yeah.
it on me.
So we're gonna go with what do you think's an underrated paddle right now? This one might
Well,
have been. I should have. Like maybe should have told you this earlier.
well, I think that I guess I can't answer the paddle I'm going to talk about later because it's not even officially out yet.
Mhm.
Underrated paddle. Oh man.
I can go
Wow.
first if you want.
Yeah, go first. Go first.
Yeah. So I've been hitting around with more elongated paddles. I'm gonna say the J7 series from Honolulu Pickleball Company. I think people always talk about the
Ooh.
J2s, but the J7s are still pretty good. Like I was hitting the J7K Pro. I still like that paddle. It's one of the ones I'm considering for like my like new series where I'm trying to like find a new main paddle. That's one of the ones in consideration right now.
Okay. David on his quest for a main. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. It's hard for me too because I don't really have a main right now. It's been so busy with the paddles. So oof, man, can I say a paddle that's not out yet just because the company's smaller?
Yeah, you
um,
just go for it.
okay, all right, I'll go for it. Yeah, it will segue into talking about it. The Revlin BioFlex Drift
Okay.
Reach. I think it's because it's a company that's been around for a while. I think like 3 4 years now, maybe longer. But you really don't see or hear any chatter about it. I mean, I see them because it's a Michigan company,
Mhm.
and so like obviously you're gonna see it since it's local. But I like this paddle a lot. It's what I guess we can. I guess I'll talk about it right now.
Okay.
Just kind of get into it, and then we'll get into what the pickle after. But this series, so this is going to be they have a wide body, and I think they're going to have a hybrid too. This is the elongated. Uh, don't get into me on the shape names yet, but the reach is the elongated, which makes sense. I'm
Hmm.
gonna put it down for a second. And they're using a unidirectional flax, so just straight up and down with the flax. And then I'm not really sure exactly how the basalt is layered in, but it's what lava rock so. And
Yeah.
actually I lost the samples. So I think they're somewhere in my room now. But they gave me a sample of the flax and
Mhm.
the lava rock. You have those by
No,
any
I didn't
chance?
get
Okay,
those. I
you
only
didn't
got the
get those.
paddle. Yeah.
And okay, I will show those next time. And if I do a review, which I probably will, I'll show them. But it's funny because I was opening it up and I was like, I'm touching it, right? Like, because what am I going to do? Just look at it? No, I'm going to touch it. And then I see an email like 5 minutes after I got it. And they're like, oh, careful, don't rub the lava rock. It's going to give you splinters. And then of course, I got a splinter from it. So I was like,
Yeah.
oops. um, but yeah, so don't do that. And I think you can rub your hands on the paddle face. It's just like the raw material itself. But yeah, they're Michigan made paddles too, which is always interesting. So don't believe they're thermoform. So you do get a slightly smaller sweet spot
Yeah.
than a thermoform paddle. But man, when I was hitting the sweet spot with this, especially like I felt like there was kind of like two levels, and like when I was hitting the highest level, I felt like the power was like I won't say it's at like the Paddletech and Joola Pro 4
Yeah.
level power, but it wasn't that far away when I was smoking the drives. It wasn't that far away. I would put it like kind of in that grouping with the 11624 Power Series and like the Thrive Smoke, the what else is in there? I can't even think right now. I'd have to pull up the list, but stuff like that. That's like
Mhm.
at that like the bottom of the power tier.
Yeah.
It's there for me for the power. And I know you've hit it, so I'll let you say what you think. And then the pop is kind of like it's average pop. It's actually kind of softer. And they they sent me something that said that the cell diameter size is 15 millimeters. I don't know if that's even. I mean, I guess
Is
it's
it?
possible. I I'll have to check on that. It's a 16 millimeter paddle, but I was like, I had to double check because I wrote down 15 millimeters for the thickness, and then I was reading and it said 16 millimeter. I went back and I'm like, oh, 15 millimeter diameter for the cell size, but
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, because like 10 is like the max we've seen, right?
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything beyond 10.
So I'll have to double check and ask them like maybe that was a typo or I have not heard of that. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe that was giving it the power boost. Maybe it's the lava rock. Uh, I don't know because the lava rock is supposed to be there for the power, and the flax is there to make it softer. And it does play like a little softer around the net, and that's gonna be $175. I think it goes on, like 150 something after the code. But I liked it. I didn't get any time on the wide body. I think the wide body does have a 5 inch handle, which kind of is unfortunate because I would have liked it. I think the elongated is 5.5. I would have liked to see the wide body a little longer, at least 5.25. But yeah. Uh, oh, and their grip the stock grip's really good too. So really impressed with that. It's first time I've hit a Revolin paddle, I believe. So uh, and the swing weight came in at 115 for me. Twist weight was a little lower. If I can see it here, twist weight was um, I don't know. Apparently, I can't read.
Mine was 5.85 for reference.
Yeah, it was something around there. I guess I didn't write it down. Yeah, but not like the most stable stock, and I put some weight on it. I put it like I think I put like 7 inches of point 0.5 gram, and I think that's coming out soon. I'm not actually sure when the date is. I don't have a date on that yet. But what'd you think about it? Did you love it? Did you like it?
Yeah,
Were
so
you
I hit
mad?
this 2 days ago. Only had like 2 games with it, but I actually had heard of Revelin. Funny enough, like one of my other friends had a Revelin paddle, and it was like
Okay.
he was like talking about like the lava rock face, and I didn't really know much about the company, so I was like, oh, that's weird. And then there's another guy that we also play with. So he was using a True Foam. He picked up the Revolin and immediately like sold the True Foam and then like bought the Revolin off that other guy. He liked it that much. I don't think it was this one. It might have been the other one. I'm sure I'm about to see them later, so I was gonna ask them when I
Yeah.
see them tonight. But yeah. So when I was hitting this one, it like surprisingly was a lot of power to it. Like I didn't expect
Uh-huh.
it because I know when I was reading it, I don't think it's a thermoform, especially because this is made in the USA. So
Yeah.
highly doubt that it is. Um, but it kind of there's like a huge sharp drop off when you don't hit the sweet spot, and the sweet spot's like
Uh-huh.
not the biggest on this thing.
Yeah.
Kind of had that like effect of like, if you hit like a stock TKO, like when you hit the sweet spot, it feels really nice, but then there's like a
Uh-huh.
big drop off once you miss it.
Yeah.
So there were like times where I was just like missing routine dings just because I'm not very good, and then I don't hit the sweet spot as accurately as I should, and it just like the power just dies off. But when you hit it, it feels really nice, and I've only hit it stock, but I think with some weight, it can feel pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's pretty affordable for like an American-made paddle, especially if you're comparing it to like Franklin, I think is no, not Franklin. Engage and Paddle Tech.
Diadem Paddletech Engage all for like
Yeah,
over 200. So
yeah. But overall, solid paddle. I'm gonna put some weight on like after this, and then go hit around with it a bit more later.
nice. Yeah. So I was surprised too, because like whenever someone tells me, you know, all this marketing stuff, and I'm like, okay, like we've heard it so much that we never believe it. We're like, okay, I'll go hit the paddle and see.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't even think they did like the ratings for power, and I think they put it at like 8 or something. So I was like, they're even like 8 out of 10. They're like even like downplaying, like they weren't like, oh, 10 out of 10 power, which some companies, they'll be like 10 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10, like I was like, wow, I was surprised how good it played.
Yeah.
And yeah, I liked it. I liked it a
Feel
lot.
wasn't bad either. Like it wasn't like super stiff or anything.
Oh no, yeah, it's like it has like a I won't want to say it's like a springier feeling, but it's pretty soft
Yeah.
feeling. Even on the like when you connect with that sweet spot. And I was actually surprised. Like I'm warming up. It's like early morning play, and I'm just like, I hit like an 80% drive, and they're like, "Geez, Jacob, like you're gonna do warm up like that?" I was like, "Look, I wasn't expecting it to have that power. Like, I
Yeah.
just figured it would be like an all court kind of paddle." And I'm like, "Damn, like let's go." So then I was like, "All right, we're driving every ball because I want to see I want to see the power on this thing."
Uh,
But yeah, impressed so far. And yeah, I kind of been on. You're talking about elongated paddles. I kind of been on an elongated kick lately. I don't know. Am I going to switch to elongated paddle for a main, like over the hybrids? It might happen. I don't know. I mean, like it's not like it's strange. I played elongateds for like the first 2 years, so it's not like it'd be crazy. But all right. Anything else on that?
no. Nothing for the rest of
All
this
right.
episode at least.
All right. More to come, and then I'll update the launch date. I don't think they sent it to me, so but probably soon. So, what the pickle? Brought to you by Enhanced Pickleball, maker of the Dink Master Pro, one of my favorite training tools, and I just moved it from my basement to my garage so I can bring it outside now. The weather's warm. I got a little bit more room outside. I can get, like you can get the kitchen line all set up, and you can really, really start practicing your dinking a lot better. Like, I mean, some people might have more room in their basement. I got too many kids' toys, but it's just an excellent training tool. So go get yourself a Dink Master Pro if you're looking to train. What the pickle this week is Kate Fahey smacking herself in the head with a paddle and actually breaking it. So I don't want to play it because like I feel like PPA is going to come after me if I like play their stuff. So I'm not going to get like any strikes on my channel. But she took her paddle, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it hard like she did. She just is like bam, 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 and then finally she like looks at it, and I think she broke it right here. And I'm like, I like that actually just hurt myself, just like hitting it not even that hard. And I'm like, how strong is her head? Because like that is intense. I'm sure I don't know if you have, but I've definitely hit myself in the head with my paddle before, a few times. Not as much lately, but like when I first started playing, for some reason it like just kept happening. It does. It hurts. It hurts. So I'm like, Kate, what are you doing? Like you're gonna I feel like you could knock yourself out hitting yourself in the head, but
She uses a
And
Joola paddle, right? Like a Gen 3?
yeah, I believe so. So like to break a unibody thermoform paddle like on your head, like that's pretty
That's very
intense.
impressive.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't even know how. I don't even think she drew blood. I'm like, geez, like maybe
Yeah.
she should have went into MMA fighting or something. Like she can take a punch. But yeah,
One of my first videos I did on my channel was I was trying to like show the difference between like thermoform paddles and like Gen 1 paddles. So
yeah.
I broke well the Franken signature was already kind of broken, so I like
Hmm.
snapped that over my knee, and then I tried it with the original Vatic Pro V7 because mine ther or delaminated, and then
Yeah.
so I tried that and I just like you just hear like a thud where it like just did not break. And so like I'm just imagining like that just smacking into your face or
Yeah.
head like that. It's just crazy. Like how do you
Yeah.
break it? Um,
I don't know, but that, and then like my other question for you, have you seen any angry moments on the court, like breaking their paddles, throwing it? Like, what's the worst you've seen?
Mm,
Anything?
I think the worst is one of the facilities I've been to, they have like I think it was just like an old like garage sort of situation. So there is like a garage for like the moving trucks to come in, and then
Yeah.
people like to like punch that thing. There's been
Oh,
two instances of people just like
jeez.
because it like echoes really loudly when you do it.
Okay.
So one of my partners actually did it once, and then it's kind of like everyone just turned around and looked at us. I was like, "It wasn't me, it was him." And then there's another time it was like a mixed match where the girl actually hit the wall, and it's funny. It was like it was on video, and you could just see the moment where she hits it, and the her partner just goes, "What just happened?" But yeah, those are the only angry moments. And honorable mention to this one guy who like was playing in a tournament, lost so badly, he immediately went to the pro shop and bought a different one because thought it was the paddle's fault. He was just so
I mean,
angry. He threw down
so
$200 to buy a Yola paddle.
well, sometimes it is the paddle's fault, you know. It's never your fault. Yeah, I haven't actually seen anyone break a paddle in a while, and it's probably because like they're so expensive, you know. Like
Yeah.
people aren't gonna go break their $250 paddle. But I remember one time it was like early when I started playing. Someone I don't even know, and I didn't even know who they were. They were really frustrated, and they were just like something happened on the court next to me, and then I heard some yelling, and he just started going to town with the paddle, and he's like smashing into the ground, like boom, 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 and then and then he walked away, and I was like, hmm. I was like, I hope not everyone's like that in pickleball because
Yeah.
it's still early on. I'm like, that's pretty intense. Like I had seen people break their tennis rackets when I played tennis in high school,
Mhm.
but I'm like, yeah, that can happen. You know, like teenagers just they get hot headed. But I'm like
Yeah.
a grown adult. Like I'm like, come on, and you know, like obviously you're playing like rec player or something. Like, what are you breaking your paddle for?
Once you know how much these things cost, and once you're not
Yeah,
like, especially as an adult, like you're buying it yourself. As a kid, you're
yeah,
like, oh, I break it, I get grounded. But
yeah. I
now it's even
mean,
worse.
I would just like maybe in the moment. I feel like even pros haven't been breaking their paddles as much lately. Like, you know, probably got a talking to from PPA like, hey, it doesn't look good. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if they want to break it, it's fine. You know, sometimes it can be entertaining, but it also could be pretty dangerous too. Like, you know, if you let it slip or you know whatever, like these paddles can
Like that DJ Young
hurt.
situation where he like
Oh
threw his
yeah,
carbon in one of the stands.
yeah, like definitely don't be chucking your paddle. Like you
Yeah.
don't know where. First of all, if you're throwing it hard in rage, like you just don't know where that paddle's going, like
Yeah.
at all. Um, but yeah, that's what the pickle. So let me know. You know, let us know down in the comments if you've and hit yourself in the head with a paddle that hard before, and what was the result. Uh, thank you. Yeah, let us know. Next up. We'll go with let's go with the new Yolas here. The Pro 4s, you know, all the new shapes are releasing April 15th. Or I guess the orders are getting sent out. You can pre-order now for the Hyperion, Magnus, and Scorpeus. I think that's the rest of
Yeah.
them, right?
Those three.
So, and those come in 14 and 16, and I got the Scorpius 16 and 14. I think I got it Friday, and I was playing. I really, really like the 16 millimeter, which I wasn't sure what I was gonna like because I think I like the 14 for the 3S more than the 16. But this one, you know, 114 swing weight, which is a little higher for a wide body, But honestly, like the power level drop off from this, from like the Perseus and Agassi, didn't feel like too much. Can generate a little bit more pop in the counter punches, and with the wide body, the swing weight's not that much lower than. I mean, it's a decent amount lower for the 16 versus 16, but I always feel like the wide bodies are definitely more maneuverable either way, especially when you start going side to side. It
Yeah.
doesn't really fully translate. Like the swing weight doesn't fully translate. Like it is even faster, I think, in the hands. So I was really enjoying the Scropeus, both the 14 and 16. It's just kind of the same thing for me. Like, slight upgrade over the 3S, not as hollow and stiff,
Mhm.
a little bigger sweet spot. Um, and then like maybe a slight power upgrade. It's probably just going to come down to like what you feel, but I think there is a slight power upgrade. And for me, it's more of like the feel thing. Like I didn't like the stiffness and the hollowness of the Gen 3S,
Yeah.
especially the 14. So this is just an upgrade. I think if you like the Scorpeus and the 3S, I think you're just gonna like the Pro 4 Scorpeus. It plays really, really well. Of course, top of the line price at 279, but you can go pre-order those now. But so far, been really impressed with the Scorpius. And then you said you hit the Magnus.
Yeah, this is actually my first time hitting Magnus. I didn't
Okay.
realize how small the handle was or short.
Yeah.
The twist weight on this is like higher than the Perseus and the Hyperion, so this was at 6.70.
Uh-huh.
Um, I liked the feel better just because the overall balance felt nicer to me than the Perseus, but I just didn't realize like how small this handle was. I thought it was gonna be 5.25, but it's like straight up 5 inches.
Is it
Um,
really? Oh wow,
yeah,
5.
so it's like
Jeez.
it's at that point where like it'll dig in right here if you when you're like
Oh,
choking up. So
yeah, yeah.
that was like one of the things that like when I was hitting this, I was thinking about like, is there something that you could like put here so you like maybe some cloth and like as
Uh,
an attachment so it just doesn't dig into your hand as much.
I yeah, I know what you mean because the Scorpius is 525 and it is like a on two hands it is digging in a little bit. So
Hmm.
I wonder if you could like kind of like sand it down or something,
Oh,
or
you have bigger hands than me. I don't feel feel it at all.
you didn't feel it.
No.
Yeah, it was digging a little bit. I mean, it's fine, like the performance is fine, but like yeah, I did feel it a little bit. I'll have to go get the 3S. I don't know if it's the same edge guard or not as far as like digging like a little bit in. But yeah. But if you like 5.25, if you need 5.5, I guess that is a thing. And then they don't make it in a 5.5 uh, at this time. But all right, so you like the Mac? Or I get how was it performing for you? Were you able
I
to
actually
make the
like
5
this.
work?
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't comfortable, but I just felt like I did play better with this compared to the Perseus and the Agassi. So,
Okay.
I don't know. I want to try the 14 millimeter. I only have the 16, but I think this one might be my favorite out of the ones. Though I will try the Scorpius later tonight.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. So far I like the 16 millimeter Scorpius better, but I like the 14 millimeter Agassi better.
Okay.
And it's not like it's a like huge difference for me in like performance, but I would just play better with the 14 Agassi than I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know, I couldn't think of like okay, the elongated 14 plays better for me, but the 16 millimeter wide body plays better for me. I didn't fully understand why yet, but we'll figure it out. I think it's maybe it's just because like the wide body I can already generate more pop just with the counter punches and it being more maneuverable,
Mhm.
and I need that extra pop from the elongated because that's kind of what I came down to. But I mean they all perform very well. I could make any of them work, but yeah. Anything else on the Pro Fours?
No, actually, like surprised. Like they've actually been pretty good. Like I think it's like they've overall just have been like such a small change, but even based on when we were asking that question on which UPA paddle you would bring to a tournament, like
Uh-huh.
surprisingly a lot of people said the Pro 4s, so they've been pretty popular so far.
Yeah, they are nice. All right, moving on to the Diadem BluCores. Um, I know a lot of people have been talking about this. I think I showed this on the last episode how it has the blue foam clear window there for the core. I played the, I guess there's been a lot of talk about the size of these. They list it at 16.4. It's actually like this pro shape, this Pro 14 is actually more like 16.3. So It is a hybrid, but it's 7.4 inches wide. You know, I'm gonna take some more time before I really like kind of like dive into this, and I have the where is that? Is it behind me? Got the Max, which is their wide body. It's like a green Kevlar behind me. Guess it's kind of like not showing up as well as it should. But yeah, the BluCore, with it's an all foam paddle. They're gonna be for 280. You're gonna need some more time to really see if it's worth that 280 price point. The Max also has a 5-inch handle, so I'm not in love with that. It's 15.7 by 8.23 inches, and got a 110 swing weight, 7.14 twist weight on that. The 14 Pro got a 110 swing weight, 5.39 twist weight. I think all the foam core paddles kind of get lower twist weights than what they play.
Yeah.
For so far as like stability and sweet spot size, I thought the sweet spot size was fine. Uh,
Kind of
it,
like how the True
it
Foams were.
yeah, exactly, like the True Foams, like the Selkirks. For some reason, they just have lower twist weights, which I don't know what all the factors are. The edge guard on the blue cores are like, I don't know. You see here, it's hard to make the tungsten tip and tungsten tape stick.
I've heard that,
Uh,
yeah.
so I had to like put this edge guard tape all around to make it stick on, and even that was kind of hard to get on. I ended up like connecting it and then putting like an overgrip over it to like hold it in place.
Is that the body armor or is that your own edgeguard tape?
This is
Okay, gotcha.
Bodhi tape on there. But yeah, that was kind of like my fix. I think the other fixes, they said like do rubbing alcohol on it, or I guess you could kind of like sand it down, kind of like scruff it up. So but yeah, the edge guard is, I like the look of the edge guard. It's just hard to get stuff to stick on it, and with I I added with the weight on it. We'll see. I'll have to get more. It's harder to get a read on these foam paddles right away. If you, I need more time on it. So for now, those are the stats, the price. I think it's coming out in May, so we got some time on that one. Uh, but yeah, that's it so far on that, and then we'll move on. And David's are what, you're stuck in customs, they said, or something
Yeah,
like
mine's got
something's
stuck in
going on.
customs, so I think it's like another 2, 3 weeks before I can get them.
All
They're
right,
being held hostage right now.
yeah, that is unfortunate. And then I think, did you get your sagas yet, or they're
I
still
think
stuck in
I did
customs
get
too?
the shipping notification
Okay,
just now. I think they
okay,
arrive next
okay,
week.
okay. So I hit this just today, so just one time only. This is the Saga Flash 14 millimeter regular handle, and I don't know if you can see it here. The Samurai, oh, it's right here. The Samurai is now etched in, so you can't
Yeah.
see it as much. I guess people are asking for it, a little bit more subtle. Uh, so does 14 millimeters make a difference compared to 16? For these, I think it does. The pop and power level, I want to say it went up for this Saga Flash. It's only one time out so far, so early impressions, but it felt good. Sweet spot is like just kind of, I would say it's okay. 14 millimeter. I guess it's not. It's like what kind of like it's. I don't think it's like truly like there is. I think they were saying there's not really like a true Gen 1.5 where like everyone still has like an edge seal around the foam. So I don't know if you want to call it thermoformed or not, but it's not thermoformed as long
Mm.
as the other thermoform paddles, but
Kind of
it
like a
doesn't feel,
C2. Like
yeah, yeah, it doesn't feel stiff, uh, but it's not like, I guess, either soft. I would say it's kind of in between, but I was getting really good power on it. I mean, like right up there again with the Thrive Smoke, Karachi X Power, well, the Vapor Power, uh, and now the Revolin. So just like the sweet spot is a little smaller. It helped with weight. I think it's like, I don't even know how many inches that is. Probably like 7, 8 from the handle up here, just to help with the stability. Swing weight was um Where did it go? Swing weight 109, twist weight got 6.15, and it came in at 7.7. All these came in really light too, like 7.7, 7.8. So you have the Saga Flash and the short handle and the long handle, and then the Saga Bloom, which is their wide body, came in at 106 swing weight, and then you have the elongateds, the V7s. I think the short handle was average 115 swing weight, and then the long handle 120 swing weight. But I haven't tried any of those yet. But these are all going to be 129.99. I think is the new price. So this is
Oh wow.
yeah, like might I guess it might be the best priced power paddle. We'll see how the other ones play. So far, I was pretty impressed with the Flash short handle. I'm really curious to see how the Bloom plays, the wide body,
Yeah.
because the 16 millimeter Bloom for some reason didn't like the power drop off from that to the Flash shape just was a lot more than I think both of us expected.
Mm.
So I'm wondering if the 14 millimeter will be the same way, or if we'll get another power wide body because there's really not that many power wide bodies. So it'd be nice to get another one of those. And then I am interested to play the elongated now too, as I've been on the elongated kick. So, but that price is just awesome. I don't know when. I don't think there's a date for these yet. I don't see a date because only right now, like, think the Flash short handle is approved,
Yeah.
and all the other ones are going for similarity testing. So probably waiting until that's official before there's a launch date. But so far, really like that. Really like the 14 millimeter,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'll
I
be
think
trying
that's
them out.
the Saga 14 is probably the paddle I'm most interested in trying out actually.
Yeah.
So I'm
Which one
excited
you
to try
gonna
that
go with
one.
first?
Probably V7 short
B
handle.
B7.
That's probably my favorite shape. But
Okay.
um, did you figure out like what was going on with like the PB core? Because like 0.44 is over, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know exactly because I know they passed at 0.44, so and I think they're supposed to go down to 0.43 next year. So you would think that they wouldn't be approving paddles at that, but I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
because
not
I
really
think
sure.
I was like browsing Discord. I think I saw something where they might be like sunset at some point because the PB core is too high. So like you can still play them this year, but then at some point when that PB
Mm.
core goes into effect, it won't you can't use it anymore. So I think they have to recertify again. I'm not entirely sure on that. Maybe someone in the comments will tell us.
Yeah, I'll ask Daryl and see if he has an answer. I'm sure obviously he's gone through a paddle delisting before, so I'm sure he's up on all the rules
Yeah.
and everything going on. So we'll have to see on that. But I mean, like, I guess if say going in your paddle's only going to be good for a year, you're probably okay with it, I guess, because you're probably not planning on that paddle lasting for a year. But I'm not sure on that one. We'll have to get more information and see. But so far, early impressions, I like it a lot. No launch date on those yet.
So, well, question
Um,
for you on that. What are your
sure.
thoughts on the samurai logo being etched out? Do you like the logo being there, or like do you like it, more simple?
I mean, I like the design of the samurai, and I'm also a big fan of orange. It's my favorite color, so I'm definitely gonna be biased. So I don't prefer it being etched in. I would rather have the samurai be orange and be visible because I think it being etched in, it's kind of like you can really only see it if you're up close. So I get it. It's like a lot of people do like the blackout paddle. They want to, have a paddle that looks the same as everyone else's paddle. Um, but I prefer a little flair on there. What do you think about the etch design?
No, I mean I like that original samurai. I like
Yeah.
that. I like having a design on it. So it's it gets boring when it's just like all black. So
So yeah, he said it. They did it to differentiate, but I'm like, why not just use a different color? Like use. Don't they usually use like orange and purple? So I'm like, use the purple. I
yeah,
think the purple
I guess
samurai
purple
would
would
look
have been
sweet.
probably would have been prism like
Yeah.
colors. People would have thought it was like a
Okay.
prism paddle.
Gotcha. Well, add a new color to the line. What about green? A green samurai? That'd be cool.
What if
I
they
don't
just
know.
made it a ninja or something?
Yeah, you don't have to make it a ninja. I don't know. But I do like that they have like a little flair on their paddles.
Yeah.
I do like that. They come up with different. Whoever they hire as their artist, they come out with some really good designs.
Especially compared to like the original V7, like the font they use was so ugly.
Hey, You gotta learn
Yeah.
growing pains.
He was using like Microsoft Word or something, and then
Oh boy.
I remember the Discord was just giving him so much crap. Like, what did you design this yourself, Daryl? But he's come a long way.
He's like, yeah, Times New Roman. It was the default. um, yeah, so that's all I had for the paddles that I've hit this week. Were there any other paddles you wanted to add to the list?
Oh, fun one I'm about to hit.
Okay.
We got some Onyx paddles, so let's see how good these are.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yep.
but I was like bouncing the ball off this. It kind of reminded me a bit of like an engage,
Okay.
like a pursuit, but I don't think these are made in the US. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I don't think they also would have said it, but
I would assume not, since they're a Chinese company. I would assume they're not making it here, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
Could be wrong.
I'll let you guys know next week how this hits. But
Yeah,
I'm
I think
excited
I
to try
have
this
the
one out.
I think I have the same one, so we'll try to sneak that in there this week. And I think that yeah, Onyx is interesting. That they're trying to market their old paddles still, but maybe they're really good. They are expensive. They're like 250 or something, so they're going to need to be. That's the thing. You go to 250, you have to be the best at something, or you have to be
Yeah,
really really good because you're competing against every paddle on the market. Like, I mean, look at vacuum and say it, Vatic Sagas. They're gonna be 120 after discount. Like, geez, that's you could buy two of these and still have money left over for a Yola. So like, you don't have to be as good. Uh, because someone might be like, well, like like a 5% difference. I'll just go with the paddle that's half the price. And then obviously there's other people who are like, no, give me the best. Money's not a factor. So we'll cover it all. Uh, so Onyx is coming up. Anything else you're excited to hit next week?
Uh, no, mostly what I'm doing right now is like I think I mentioned earlier, but I'm trying to find like my new main.
Okay.
Main thing is because John from Speak Pickleball said I need to let him know for his Instagram post what paddle
Okay.
I'm using this month, and because of that, done a bit of a pause on testing new paddles. I'm just like trying out all my existing ones, and yeah, it's just so far going through a lot of elongated ones, ruling out like what kinds or which ones like I do like and don't like. So probably do like a longer video for that, just detailing my
Yeah.
journey for it.
What are there any early front runners? Like what? Like someone's got a gun to your head. What are you taking right now?
Right now is gonna be this one.
Shogun. Interesting. Okay, getting ready for that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't it wasn't me my intention. I was just hitting with it, and I was like, oh, I probably might have played the best with this one on Friday.
Okay.
Played pretty bad with some of the other ones. Thrive Smoke, unfortunately, was one of those. I really
Oh
liked
no.
that pad. I just wasn't playing that well with it.
Okay. Well, add some weight to the Revelin. Maybe that's the answer. Who
I
knows?
was terrible with the
You're
Revelins.
terrible with
Yeah.
that one. What? So Shogun is the one you've been playing the best with. All right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I have to answer that question as well, and I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll see. I don't know when he's making that official exactly,
I
so
think he
I
said
guess.
we've got like 1 or 2 days to give him an
Oh,
answer.
okay. So we'll find out soon. Gotta get to it.
Yeah, I got him. So I'm
All right.
playing today and next few days, and then I'll give him like a last second answer.
Okay. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's you know, I'm a, oh, sorry. I have a busy week coming up. Going to do a Moneyball team style thing. So we're gonna do two men, one woman, and
Oh.
we're gonna rotate during the game. So we're gonna play.
Oh.
Everyone's gonna play. Everyone's gonna play during the game, and we're gonna rotate every 4 points. I think. I don't think the rules have officially been determined. So that will be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I don't think I've heard of that before, but it's kind of like you're a dream breaker double style, so nothing crazy, but we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, then I'm be on be on some vacation for a little bit. I'll be around town and going some places too, but excited for that as well. But I gotta get pickleball in still, so wherever I go. So we'll get that. Uh, but yeah, I'll probably hit some more of the Vatic sagas, some more of the BluCore. probably put some more time on the Joola Pro 4. I don't think there's in the Revolin. I don't think there's anything else coming up. I mean, that's already a lot
Yeah,
to
it's
begin with.
already a
That's
lot.
already a
Yeah.
lot of paddles. I need to put some more time and get some more thoughts and do some testing. But anything else you're excited coming up this week or
Mainly the sagas is like the big one I'm looking forward
okay?
to.
Yeah.
I got a power paddle from one company. I'm just not allowed to say which one it was, but
Okay.
I'll talk to you
Fair
offline
enough.
to see if you got it too.
Okay,
It's
fair enough.
yeah.
Secret
Um,
power paddle coming.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah.
next week's also busy for me. I'm actually gonna be on call, so gonna
Oh no.
have to be like 24/7 support for the next week. But people
Oh,
might see me like playing with my phone in my hand just to call like any alerts that go off.
well, I've played with people that have been on call, and what can you do? You can't just stop playing pickleball. So, all right, well, that is all. We kept it nice, short, and sweet, but I think we kept it pretty information dense for you. So, you know what? Just go back and play it again, and then leave it in the comments. If you had a pickleball rage incident yourself, or you saw something on the court, interested if anyone has a really good story to talk about on that. Besides that, everyone have a great week,
Oh,
and
and leave
hopefully
a
it's. Oh,
comment
go ahead.
if you let us know what you think is an underrated paddle on the market right now.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. The most underrated paddle. So that like not any Yolas or Paddle Tex guys, like something. If it's on the PPA tour, I guess you could say a head paddle like the Roscoe Bellamy. No, he didn't win. Never mind. He
He
lost.
got
That was a
second.
silver
Yeah.
medal for head, so not good enough. Just kidding. But I guess it could be on the PPA tour and still be underrated, right? But let us know in the comments. That's all from us. So have a good week. Enjoy and hopefully get some pickleball out this week.